Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we're going to have the carrier rework discussion. Now, I'm going to try to not get furious about this, and I think a lot of people have, and I totally understand it, but we're going to have a logical discussion, so if you want to join in down in below, you're more than welcome to. So, you can see, never played Shikako before. Why is that important? Because I am the worst carrier player you're ever going to run into. I did this with 5 carriers yesterday, 4 high calibers. Okay? I have less than, I think, 50 aircraft carrier games ever. Alright? Arc Royale had a high caliber. The Japanese Haikurugu, I did like almost 200,000 or something. Every carrier I got into was crazy yesterday. If you guys don't know, there was a carrier update that changed carriers quite a bit, and I would say 95% of people think it's absolutely crazy, and I have a tendency to agree with them because now we have carriers popping 500k games in the first day of the update. So, you know, Warships have been out forever, right? Bunch of years. Carriers in one day have shattered all the records. Like, that's so crazy. But we're going to talk about it. But you're going to see the worst carrier play you've ever seen in the background. And I'm still going to end up with a high caliber in top of my team. Alright? This is probably, you guys are going to laugh so hard you might actually hurt yourself with this carrier play that I have. It's absolutely insane. So let's talk about what it is. And guys, I'm hoping this talks about some really cool things, maybe get people talking in the comments. Now, is the rework, carrier rework, it clearly carriers needed a rework. Definitely not this, but I feel like some of the things they did, a lot of it were good. I think the proportions of what they did were not great, and when you start to add them all up together, you get something that's absolutely broken. And if you don't think carriers in a 10-player match isn't broken and getting 500k, I don't know what is. I mean, I think on PC where they have way more, or when they have more players, they don't even have a 500k game on a carrier, or I don't, maybe not even any ship, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. That being said, let's get into it. So you can see I have no talent in this game. I'm not dropping planes. I'm not doing anything. I'm still going to have a decent game. I have no skill in carriers. None. Zero. It might even be negative. But on all the games I played yesterday, I had 5 games in carriers. I think I had 4 high cals, all at different tiers, different countries. I can't remember all of them I did. I think it was like the Wesser. I can't remember offhand right now. The Shokako, Lexington maybe, and the Hakalugi, the Japanese legendary. All of them, I end up having high calibers. Was that because I'm an awesome aircraft carrier? Nope. I am today now, but I wasn't before this update, I can assure you of that. Like I said, less than 50 aircraft carriers. So, what I want to talk about is some of the changes that add up into something big. So, the changes I wouldn't say are awful. The proportions are what are bad, and they just stack on top of each other, and that's what makes carriers so powerful now. So, in my opinion, they need to add a real, like, kind of more true aiming system or something, because carriers, you know, like, it's so easy to aim and just hit stuff. I mean, it makes using a shimakaze like the hardest thing to do ever. And it doesn't take much talent to do it at all. None, really. And I'm not picking on CV players. They need this. They need a rework. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this was not the answer, or these proportions were not the answer. So at least before, there's a lot of changes. We're going to talk about some of them, but at least before, when a carrier player wasn't good, they were going to do one of two things. Either they weren't going to be able to get their torpedoes or bombs off, or they were not going to drop planes and they weren't going to have any planes by the end of the match, right? Well, goodbye to that. I don't drop planes. I'm running right into AA. In fact, in one part of this match, I literally park in a I think it's a Cleveland's AA. And I have shipped I have planes until the end of the completely end of the match, right? It's crazy. I shouldn't have. Um, but anyway, but at least either you ran out of planes or you didn't get your shells off if you're trying to save your planes, right? Or your payload off. But now you have unlimited amount of planes, essentially. It's pretty hard to run out of planes now. And with that being said, you're going to see some amazing aiming on said Cleveland, by the way. And you, this is so bad. But anyway, at least before, guys, when you had that happen, like you had, you ran out of planes. Now, battleships, cruisers, you don't have any AA a lot of times by the end of the match because you lose it to getting shot at, etc. So now the aircraft carriers, even at the end of the match, are even crazier now because they have nothing defending them. Not that the fact that AA even stops them, because if you just take full squadrons now, you're going to get your payloads off. Like, there's no stopping carriers. In fact, in two American battleships yesterday, American, by the way, I got 100% two-shotted. Like, almost from a completely full health. I think it was I got wrecked by Percival, and I can't remember what the other one was. But from full health before anything really happened in the match. It's just crazy. And that's the problem, is there's no amount of skill that you can defend yourself with. At least I get it, you want an AA ship, but if you're in California and you can't defend with the best AA per tier, and you cannot defend yourself against a carrier, and it's not even a mechanic, it's a skill thing. If you cannot defend yourself in a carrier in a California, for example, I don't know what you do. You know what I mean? And now with this no spotting thing, carriers can't spot other carriers to get rid of them, or destroyers, so it makes already the destroyers, which were really strong, strong with the carriers, because now they don't have to worry about a whole team, shooting at them once they get spotted. But you can just drive around wherever you want in the match. Like, I literally drove to the middle of this, and I don't pay any consequences for it for a long time. Why is that? Because when a carrier spots me, it does nothing for really the enemy team but put me on the map. That's it. Another thing about this update, obviously too, guys, they said they nerfed damage of carriers a little bit, but what you didn't, if you didn't read fully into that, they raised the squadrons up. So you might only, your one torpedo might only do, 5,000 damage, but you're getting more of them now than you ever have. And then also, I don't want to make this a very long video, but now there's no team play anymore, guys. It just, with no spotting. The one thing I do like about it is when matches get closer in, but you have no team spotting. You have carriers just damage hunting. They're not trying to get rid of destroyers. They're not spotting. There's no team spotting anymore. And that's a big deal for me because I'm not a division player. And I understand that some people that play a lot of divisions aren't going to really understand that. But when you play, for example, a cruiser by yourself, and you don't get spotting, it can be really, really rough. So you look forward to the carrier games, except for now you can't. And now you can't even use your catapult fighters or spotter planes to even spot for yourself. So, and And I, for BB mains, I absolutely feel for you guys because you guys are getting absolutely wrecked with carriers. There's nothing you can do against these carriers. There's nothing. I mean, you can have two AA ships parked right next to each other, and that carrier is getting the complete load off. Now, I'm gonna try to keep this short, so there's probably a million things I could have went into there, but anyway, I don't know how this update went live. I mean, in one day, carriers are smashing records that have been taken 5 years to go up. And it's absolutely nuts. But BB mains, I know there's some of you guys out there. I played them yesterday a little bit to see what the fuss was about. You can't do anything. You're just, if a carrier focuses on you for like 2 seconds, you're dead. You're just gone. In almost most cases, anyway. Especially if the skill level between the carrier player and the battleship player is equal, the battleship has no chance. It's not rock paper scissors anymore. It's rock paper dynamite or nuclear bomb. Anyway, guys, I got a lot of videos stocked up, so I'm gonna be working on them for a while. But obviously, there's definitely some issues with this update. We'll see what happens down the road. But I'm gonna be busy doing all them videos I had stocked up for before this. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.